listeners. Welcome to Plano's Political Pitbull Podcast. I am Esther.
And I'm Ruth, and my tail is freezing.
Too much information, sweetie.
I just thought I should get that out there.
Okay. Yes, it is a cold day in Texas today. And we are back from some time off. And do we have some news for you? But before we get started, first, our sponsor is Southwest Pain Management. Southwest Pain Management takes all care of most chronic pain without pain pills. Their goal is to get you back to doing the things you love. They are also the world's leading long COVID experts. Dr. Groisman sees people from all over the world to treat their long COVID. Southwest Pain Management is in Plano. Please go to their website, reliefbeginshere.com. That's reliefbeginshere.com to see all that they do. So first up, today it has been reported while we were on our little break that AT&T is coming to Plano. And do you know where they are looking at going, Ruth?
You mean which side of Plano?
Mm-hmm.
East Plano?
Nope, not East Plano.
West Plano?
Yes. Specifically to the old property on Legacy and Parkwood that was recently rezoned for a research and science center. Plus, of course, some apartments. We talked about that zoning case right here on our very own podcast a while back. Well, now that same property is coming back to planning and zoning for zoning case 2025-023 to be rezoned to commercial employment, which I think is what it was originally zoned as before these science folks came to change the zoning. So yeah, they changed, they had a commercial employment because it was an office building. It was just an office building, a very large office building, but a nice office building. I think a technology group was there. Then these science center people came and they had all of these beautiful slides and they had this grand idea. Oh, we're going to have a research center and we're going to have a science center and we're going to have a pharmaceutical lab and maybe eventually we'll have a research hospital. Yeah, that never happened. So now AT&T is looking to move out of Dallas, out of downtown, and they're like, gee, there's this office building right there. That's a large office building. Could be big enough for us. Oh, wait a minute. It's not only zoned for office. No, it's zoned for a whole lot of other stuff that we don't need. So now we're going to go and rezone it back to what it used to be.
This is why zoning doesn't mean anything. Because we're just going to zone whatever we want for whatever suits our needs at the moment.
Pretty much, yeah. So I do have some good news. So the new zoning proposal takes away the apartments that it currently allows. Because see, of course, the research science people said that, well, we have to have apartments for some of our lab people.
Okay, where's the lab?
Apparently now the lab ain't going to happen. But that was the original club. Well, even though we are right next to the shops at Legacy and close to Legacy West, with all those apartments, we have to build our own apartments for our people to work there. But we're not going to only just have the people that work in our science research property and lab live there. No, we're gonna let anybody live there, but we really just want our people to live there who are gonna work. But we're gonna let anybody live there. Well, apparently AT&T says, yeah, we don't need those. Because see, our people, they already live places, so we don't need those. So they're going away. So this is a good thing. So this whole rezoning, it goes to planning and zoning on February 2nd, 2026. You know what I find ironic about this whole thing?
What?
So people who wanted the science campus, big research, had these grandiose plans and ideas
That never went anywhere.
They had said that the office building, these types of office buildings, big office buildings, they're not sought out anymore. They're the dinosaurs. Practically almost everyone said after COVID that these large office campuses and office buildings was going the way of the dodo bird. Well, I guess they were all wrong because they're coming back.
Wow, it's almost like the pendulum always swings back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And after 6 years now since COVID happened, it's swinging back because we've long since recovered.
I said that office buildings will come back, that not everybody likes working from home. I said it. Nobody believes me. This also reminds me of the Fry's property in East Plano, where the owner said that these big box buildings were no good anymore, and he couldn't get rid of it, and he couldn't lease it, and he just had to redevelop it and put up apartments. And yet after it was rezoned, that property came back to rezoning because somebody saw that building and said, I'm going to turn that into a warehouse. I could use that.
People. Some people are just more productive away from home. I know I am. When I'm home, my brain goes into relax mode. It's just not that productive.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I completely understand that. Working from home does not work for everybody. So, yeah, these buildings, we're still going to need buildings where people can work out of. Whether they're your tall office building, your wide office building, maybe your little warehouse like the Fry's property is becoming. So, that was the good news. Now for the bad news. I see an economic development package coming. Oh, yes, I do. You know, AT&T is not going to want to pick up from Dallas and move to Plano without a little bit of cash in their pockets. Yes, so look out, folks. The bribe is coming, and keep an eye out for it. It'll be on that consent agenda, buried somewhere in there. Moving on to our next item, which had some drama. So the Collin County conservatives held a debate for some of the races in the GOP primary.
Fight.
Okay,
fight.
Wait for it. You build here.
My chaos brain is activating.
Okay. So the races that we're debating were for Collin County Commissioners Court, Place 4. Collin County Commissioners Court Judge, which isn't a judge that wears a robe. Not that kind of a judge. He runs the Commissioners Court. He's akin to the mayor of a city council, but for the whole county.
But it's called a court,
Yeah.
and they have a judge.
Right.
Why did they do this?
I'll have to do some research on that. I don't know. And House District 70 representative candidates. Okay? So since 2 races had candidates that were on Plano City Council, Ruth and I decided that we were going to attend. Now, I have to say that I think that for Collin County Commissioners Court, Place 4, you had Shelby Williams and his opponent, Woody Huffines. They grow up so fast. Shelby has moved on to the big crowd now. I recall when he was just a little guy, a little kid over at City Council, fresh faced.
What is wrong with you?
What?
Never mind.
All right, fine. Anyway, as I was saying, so Shelby and his opponent, Woody Huffines, I think they both did a fine job.
Yeah, nothing interesting happened.
Well, I don't know about that, but I think that Shelby's time on council served him well.
Nothing I would deem interesting.
Okay. Oh, hard. Nothing she deems interesting.
Well, I'm just here for the drama. I'm here for the fight.
Well, the drama's coming, okay? There was no drama. It was a very nice debate. They were very nice folks and did very well. Now on to the disaster that happened, which is what Ruth is so excited to tell you about. The debate between Judge Chris Hill, who is the incumbent on the Commissioner's Court, and former Councilman Rick Grady. Now, before we tell you about what went down, I must say that I am just going to evaluate this as a political analysis. I will not tell you who to vote for. Generally speaking, and we have never told you who to vote for. We just give you the information. And as I stated when we learned that former city council folks are going to be running for the Commissioner's Court, 3 of them to be exact, it put us into a little bit of a conundrum, okay? Because we have talked about these folks. We have told you what they have done in the past, and we've told you whether or not we've liked it or not liked it. So
this is very difficult for her.
I feel that, or we feel that we've got to let you know what happened here, because these folks want to move up, and we have a long record of talking about these people. So, with that said, the debate was a complete and utter disaster for Grady.
Yes, for Grady. I think Chris Hill made it out unscathed.
Unscathed? He ran circles around him. He did great damage to Grady's campaign. It was amazing to watch. It was like watching a train wreck. You just couldn't look away. So let's start out. You had the opening statements. All was okay. Started out fine. Then you got into the questions. And while they were not questions that I would have asked, per se, some yes, some I could have done without. Needless to say, this is where...
Needless to say.
Yes, needless to say, this is where the train wreck happened. Or started.
The trains are coming. They're about to collide, but they're not quite there yet.
So
they're honking at each other.
Of course, you had questions on property taxes and the budget. And Rick Hill, he plainly said he has kept or wanted to keep the no new revenue rate in the court, and he's voted no for a tax increase in our property tax bills, or our property tax rates, at least, every single time. He's voted no 4 times. He said if they try to raise your property taxes again a 5th time, he's going to vote no. Rick can't say that. Every time he was on council, he raised property taxes. We talked about it. It's out there. I can't go and rewind it and take it back. So it's obvious. But here's where he messed up. He said that he was going to bring forward a budget to the commissioner's court, right?
He kept referring to the budget as his.
Yes.
Like as if he made it.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's his to bring forth.
Yes, as if it's the county judge's to bring forth. That the county judge writes it and brings it forth. Well, that was his first error. Because Chris Hill said, well, my opponent, and I'm paraphrasing here, clearly doesn't know how the commissioner court runs because the judge doesn't bring forth the budget. In larger counties, it's brought to the commissioners for a vote, or to go over at least. They're not going to rubber stamp it. It's brought forward by the staff. Very similar to city council of Plano, where the city manager brings the city council a proposed budget. And Rick voted for it every single time. So he never brought forth a budget when he was on city council. And if he somehow wins after this performance, he will not bring forth a budget.
Uh-oh, the trains, they're trying to break, but they can't quite make it yet. What's going to happen next?
So that was the first problem. Next problem, the homestead rebate. So Rick says that he's going to keep taxes low by increasing the homestead rebate that the county has. We have a homestead rebate here. City council always touts it. Oh, we have the largest homestead rebate that you can take on your house to reduce your tax burden, if it's obviously your primary residence. So he says he wants to increase the homestead rebate. Rick wants to increase the homestead rebate. Just one itty bitty little problem with that. The judge can't do that either. Like I said, it was not going well. Yeah, no power to do that.
Okay, so we've established he does not know what he's running for.
Okay. So now Rick has kind of opened the door here. And Chris walks right through. And apparently, Chris Hill has seen the video of Rick Grady saying in 2017, I believe, that people should mow their own lawns to pay for the increased property taxes that I want to pass. Paraphrasing, all right? And they should all look at their own budgets and see what they can cut. Not what city council can cut, but what we, the people, should cut in order to fork over more money to the government. So Chris Hill basically says this.
Exposed.
Yeah. Cites the date the video was came about. Now, Rick doesn't explain himself. All he says is, I will always vote for public safety. Just one little tiny fact check. So that budget actually, Plano's Political Pitbull, we did one of our first videos. You may recognize the voice in it. It's mine. We did our first video, and it was a slide presentation.
It's so janky.
All right.
I'm making fun of myself because I edited it.
Okay. So it was the dark ages for us. We were just starting out. We were only babies back then. So we went through the budget, and it just wasn't a property tax increase because of public safety. There were a whole lot of other things that they could have cut that were totally unnecessary. So it wasn't an increase in public safety. It was the reason why they needed more money. Okay, that was just a plain out, I'm going to say it, a lie. He lied, okay? Unless he just misremembered. So that was his response. Well, then the almost fatal blow came.
Here it comes. The tires are squeaking.
Would you like to set this up? Or
No, you're doing great.
Okay. So
I'll just provide the sound effects.
Okay. So Chris then says that while all of those people in the room, remember, these are all Republicans. I would hazard a guess they're all Republicans. I don't know why you would be there unless you're like us and just want to see how your city council people are doing, former city council people are doing. But they pretty much would be Republicans. I mean, you're going to have people who are going to vote in the primary, and they want to know how you're going to vote.
Yeah,
They want to know what you would do and why they should pick you in their primary.
Yeah, you had a lot of Republicans there, a lot of Republican precinct chairs, a lot of people who you want to get in your lane.
Yes, you've got people who are knowledge. These are not people who just walk in from the street and go, oh, there's a debate today, I think I'll join. Yeah. No, they are people who know what's happening at the party level. They know what's going on in Collin County, and they're not ignorant. So he said, while we were all at our Christmas party on December 11th, speaking to, I guess, the precinct chairs for the Republican Party there.
Yeah.
My opponent was at EPIC, the East Plano Islamic Center. That has been in the news lately. We spoke about this before. They want to build what they call a Islamic city up in North Collin County. And this development plan is coming before the Commissioner's Court. So it was asked. They were asked about this. This is very, very concerning for some people. So Chris Hill says, well, we were all at our Christmas party. My opponent was at EPIC, the very people or entity that wants to build this EPIC city. Well, now, you could go two ways with this. You could say, well, these were my constituents. They do some good in the community. They have concerns, and they asked me to come and speak to them.
Yeah, the train hasn't crashed just yet.
Mm-hmm. He didn't do that.
He still has a chance to swerve
and miss.
like somebody can change the tracks, you know, like there's a split, you know, and somebody has a chance to switch the tracks.
No, he didn't do that. He said, and I can't remember the whole thing. Can you remember the whole thing? Because I only remember the last line.
I don't remember the whole thing. I just remember him yelling. Well, not yelling, but he sounded very aggressive. So it felt like yelling. About people freezing out on the streets and like EPIC helping those homeless people, and it was just like very negative.
Well, he went further than that. He said that
they haven't released the video yet, so like we're saying all this from memory.
Yes, we will go back and watch the video, and if we have misremembered anything, we will correct it.
Like, this is all from memory, so please forgive us.
But I mean, this is one thing I will never forget. He said that this mosque or Islamic center is the only place in Collin County that takes in the homeless. And, you know, he's like, you know, when people are freezing, they take people in. Well, you got a whole bunch of Christians in the room. Well, they audibly went, no.
And he's dead.
Yeah.
The room erupted. It was so funny.
It was bad.
They screamed at him.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because I don't know if we were the only Jews in the room, but it was like, oh boy. They did not like that, because not only is EPIC not the only place that takes in homeless when it's freezing in Collin County, they are not the only place in Plano. See, here's the really bad part. So the Salvation Army in downtown Plano has a warming center for the homeless. And Rick Grady approved it while he was on council. So Ruth, you turned to me and you whispered, what? Do you remember what you whispered?
Oh, I whispered after everyone, screamed and at him, and the room just erupted in a bunch of voices. I whispered, "Is it over?"
And I said, oh yes, it's over. He's dead.
Do 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 do.
I have never seen anyone, and I watched politics a long time, but that was political suicide. I mean, you have the people you want on your side in the room. You are trying to sway these people. These are precinct chairs. These are
Political activists
who are in the room. They're your block walkers. They're your organizers. They're the ones that are going to push you over the finish line. And in less than 30 minutes, he managed to turn them all against him. It was
incredible.
It was incredible. I've never seen anything like it. It was worse than the debate performance that Biden did versus Trump in the summer of 2024. And everybody on CNN could not say, oh, he did a great job. It just couldn't.
There's just some things that are too objective.
Nobody could say anything good about what happened that night and how Biden did, because it was a literal train wreck. And that is exactly what happened here.
He said the worst possible things he could have said.
Even the person who walked in the room who had no idea who these two people were, which I highly doubt, but you could have no idea who these two people were and watch that debate and go, oh, this is a disaster. No good can come of this. So I really hope that they put it up
soon,
because I think, my memory is pretty good, and it's hard to forget the parts that we have told you. I don't usually go from memory, but it was just so bad.
She couldn't wait.
We just were like, yeah, this is just, it's etched in our brains. But I will go back when they put it online, and I will rewatch it just in case I am not remembering everything 100%.
Yeah, because I feel like, because he kind of rambled during that part, and I can't remember. I feel like what he said was so much worse than what we're remembering.
Well, we are just remembering the parts that were like,
because I really want to look back and see what exactly word for word he said, because I feel like it's so much worse.
Yeah, there is more. And believe me, there was so much. We're only giving you the highlights.
The freshest things in our brains that have just stayed there for the past few days.
Yeah. I mean, the really bad,
and anything she wrote down.
Aside from just the epic part, like if he had not said that,
it still wasn't good.
I mean, Chris wounded him. It's like Chris stabbed him, but Rick twisted the knife. It's like, metaphorically speaking, of course. It it was, but he still would have been wounded had he not
No.
doubled down and said that they were the only warming center around. He still would have been in a bad position because he clearly didn't do his homework on what Commissioner's Court and the judges do on Commissioner's Court.
I got a better, what is it, a metaphor?
Yeah.
So Chris, he stabbed him with a dagger, but he only hit him in the side. Rick drew out his sword and then fell on it.
Metaphorically, of course. Yeah. It was not good. It was not good. So, needless to say, I don't know how this goes forward from here. I don't know how you fix this. I mean, when that video comes out, I don't know how I don't know what kind of damage control he thinks he's going to be able to do. It was worse than what happened to Biden. And, well, we know what happened after that. So, like I said, I am not going to tell you to vote for him.
But that's what happened.
Tell you what happened to my memory, and you all decide what you want to do. Do your own homework, please. We
Watch the video when it comes out.
We don't typically endorse here. We have never endorsed in the past, so we're not starting with this race.
Really, when the video comes out, watch the debate. It's actually really entertaining.
If you like to watch drama, yeah, it's entertaining. It got me to thinking about kind of Rick's time on city council. And, when he says, I would bring forth a budget, his time on city council,
He never brought forward the budget.
He never brought forward a budget. And it was always staff.
Well, yeah, because that's how it is.
Right. But he also, and we talked about this, never really corrected or changed anything. Never asked, never, it was kind of like rubber stamp. Rubber stamp.
Well, that's what city council is doing now. It's what they've been doing.
That is what they've been doing. They've been doing that now for the last...
how many years?
I can't remember. This past budget season, it was definitely a rubber stamp. Okay. So...
What was it I did this morning? I was making fun of council and their relationship with staff. Oh yeah. It was oh yes, staff overlords.
Well, speaking of...
We will gladly jump off this cliff for you at your command.
So interesting that you should say that.
Also, just for the visual, I am bowing.
So, I got a hold of a text thread. A very worrisome text thread.
Worrisome.
Between staff and a city council member. So, little background. The Transit Alliance of Plano is on Facebook, all right? And I have mentioned that I am an observer in that group. And Keep Dart in Plano group posted to the Transit Alliance of Plano a screenshot of a document that they got from a public info request. So they obtained a text thread between a staff member named Andrew and Julie Holmer.
You didn't tell me this.
I didn't tell you this part. No, sometimes I don't tell you things because I want your
right. You want the initial reaction. I know.
Reaction. Yeah. Yes.
All right.
So here is the text thread. Good morning, Andrew. Chris Downs and I are trying to determine what time we will arrive at TML tomorrow. I've got a class in the morning that if I attend, I'll miss the opening session and awards. Do you know if Plano is getting any awards tomorrow? Chris Downs, current council member, is copied on this message.
Wait. Mm-hmm. Who sent that one?
Julie Holmer.
Okay, Julie Holmer spoke first. Okay.
Yes, she sent this to a staff member named Andrew.
Okay, so Julie Holmer and Andrew are talking, yes. And Chris Downs is copied. Okay, got it.
Yes. Okay.
Just trying to follow.
So, Andrew replies, I think I know which Andrew this is, but I'm not going to say the last name just in case. It's not. Good afternoon. No awards to my knowledge. You're currently welcome to connect with us afterwards. By the way, I have no idea what TML is. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, and if you search up an acronym, you get like a million different acronyms that have nothing to do with what you possibly could be searching for.
But
it's impossible.
It's obviously some kind of group where I guess a city would get awards from. So then Julie texts back. Oops, I guess I didn't copy Chris on this. Okay then, we may come in time to meet up for lunch. By the way, I forgot to tell you, this was sent, all these were sent on October 28th, 2025 at 3:22 p.m. And they're pretty succinct. They go one
back and forth.
Another. Yeah, there's no lag time. So then Andrew texts back, Mayor and I will be making some courtesy phone calls in the morning beginning at 9 a.m. about the meeting posting that will go live in the afternoon. I'm not sure if other city council members will approach us at the conference, but Stephen, assuming Steve Levine here, and I are prepared to help run interference if needed.
What are they talking about?
Well, remember who made the request? Keep DART in Plano. They're talking about DART and the pullout.
DART and the pullout.
Yeah, the pullout from DART.
Okay.
So the way I'm understanding this is a conference with other member city councils, okay? So you've got different city councils from other cities coming and meeting all together.
Right.
And most likely in the DFW area, you may have other cities who don't want to leave DART coming up to our city council members and going, what the heck are you thinking?
Okay, you know? So he's saying him and Steve, Vin, whoever Steven is, well, you think Steve Levine.
I think Steve Levine.
But it could be another Steven. We don't know.
Not sure if it's another Steven. Don't know another Steven on council.
Could be staff. We can't assume.
Don't assume.
Anywho, Steven mystery last name, will run interference.
So, I would think that if it was a different Stephen, if it wasn't another count, if it wasn't Steve Levine, one of them would have put a last name, or maybe the first initial of the last name, or letter. So, Julie texts back. Is it okay to just ask for input if we are approached? As in, yes, we have some difficult and important decisions ahead. What are your thoughts? Then Andrew says, I might shy away from soliciting input. Some of the Dallas members may provide their own unprompted. The talking points Mark sent out will keep us consistent. I'd especially consider leaning into you are empowering the voters. It's hard
so political
to vilify taking something to the voters. Julie texts, exactly. If DART is the fabulous agency they purport to be, they shouldn't be afraid of the voters, especially when DART keeps throwing in our faces that they voted for. I want to make sure that this is still what the voters want. Okay, so why am I bringing this up? Here's my problem with this. Why in the world is she asking permission to ask for input from other cities' city council members? From a staff person. That's my first problem. I'm sorry, who is working for who here? Who?
I think I've likened the staff to like a royal court before. Like you have the royals and then you have the royal court, and like it just kind of reminds me of you have the new princess who doesn't know much about royal life, and all of the advisors and such and handmaidens are coaching her on what she should say, even though technically they work for her.
This is not a monarchy. Okay? This is a representative form of government.
Even in my example, I told you that everybody who technically works for her is coaching her on what to do.
But why is she even asking for permission? She's not exactly a newcomer here, okay?
My metaphor's lost on you.
I get the metaphor. I gotcha. I don't agree with what she's doing. She should not feel the need to ask for permission. She's not asking, well, Andrew, what do you think about? No. That's asking for advice. That's not what she's doing here. She says, is it okay to just ask for input? She's asking for permission to ask a question to another city council members. And Andrew's very diplomatic here, I will say that. I might shy away from soliciting input. Translation, he's telling her, Yeah, no, don't do that. Very nicely, very diplomatically, but still telling her no. And then,
Well, they all got to be on the same page. They all got to do the same thing. So staff is their overlords and they keep them in line.
well, here's the other concerning thing about this. Mark Israelson,
Yeah, I got that.
sent out talking points.
Yeah, because I told you, they all have to be on the same page.
Well, then get rid of the city council and just have the city manager there. Let's vote for him. Forget city council. You know what? Forget the city manager. Let's just put a full-time mayor in there. Because there's no need for them. If they're all going to be on the same page, if they're all going to just follow the leader like a little pack of ducks.
It's all image. That's why they got to be on the same page, because they have to be like, this is what Plano stands for. And if they're, not on the same page, then the other cities won't take them seriously. I'm talking out of my butt.
No, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying she shouldn't be doing that. She shouldn't have to feel the need to ask for permission from a staff member if she can ask for input. She wants other people's opinions. She wants other people's, where are they in this? What are you doing?
I already explained what's happening.
We didn't vote for staff. We didn't vote for the city manager. We voted for our city council. You are there to represent the people. You should be able to ask any question you want, get any input you want. And talking points? Really?
I already explained to you what's happening. You don't agree with it. And
I don't agree with it. Yes, I do not.
And that is fair, but I've explained to you why this is happening.
Yes, I know why it's happening. And it's wrong. Okay? If you handed me, if I was there, by the way, I think they would not like me there if I were there. But
you're too opinionated.
If I were there and Mark Israelson, the city manager, hands me talking points, here, city councilwoman who picked me for my job, here's city councilwoman, here are your talking points on this issue.
And what you can and cannot say.
What you can and cannot say. I'd be like, I don't work for you.
I imagine you tearing it up and crumpling it and then throwing it in his face. I don't think you'd actually do that, but that'd be so funny.
No. I would not throw it in his face.
You might tear it up.
I might tear it up in front of him. or at least crumple it in front of him and say, I don't work for you. I have my own mind, and I don't need talking points to tell me my opinion on an issue.
Well, it's not about your opinion. It's about the collective opinion. It's about Plano's opinion.
Yes, the collective. Exactly. This reminds me of the hive mind of from Star Trek.
The Borg?
The Borg. I was like, yes, you can only say this and you can only say that. And don't talk to these people and don't talk to those people. And you're only going to follow my orders.
And if you stray, I will be angry at you, even though I can't do anything. Exactly. But I can make your life hell.
Maybe. The thing is that she wants to move up. The other bad thing is she wants to move up to Commissioner's Court.
But she can't make her own decisions.
Exactly. How is she going to be on Commissioner's Court? Commissioner's Court is vastly different from a city council. They do not rubber stamp a budget. They go over it. They will and have over the years said with their little red pens, cross this out, cross that out, cross that out. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. She is in for a rude awakening because nobody is going to be there to tell her what to do. They're not lemmings up there. We got a bunch of lemmings in city council. I mean, this is not what I voted for. I certainly didn't vote for this. I voted for a person. I vote for people who are going to be good leaders. This is not leadership. The city council should give staff talking points.
This is, sir, may I say this?
Yeah, this should be the other way around. It should be city council who's giving staff talking points, not staff giving city council.
Oh, sir, how should I vote on this? Yes or no?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. You got it. What are we doing here, people?
I'm having so much fun.
This is nuts. I don't know about you all. I didn't vote for this. When I put people in a leadership role, when I give people my vote, and I want them to be on a governing board, I expect them to govern, not ask permission to govern. Jeez. Louise. Help us, Lord. Help us, Lord. It just boggles the mind. So I'm sure that DART people, the four DART people, are upset about this for a different reason, but because of what she said with DART, having to do with DART and all, and that's not the reason why it upset me. It upset me because she sounds like a child asking mommy and daddy for permission to. That is not what a leader does. Speaking of city council and leadership, early voting for the Plano City Council Place 7 race has already started. Please go and vote.
It's one name. It's very easy.
Yes. It is extremely important. Remember, your city government affects your life every single day, and the people who either want to stay in DART or leave DART are learning that the hard way right now.
Well, okay, I shouldn't say one name. It's one race.
Yes, it's one race.
Two people.
You only have to fill out one bubble.
Yes, one bubble. Is more accurate.
Election day is January 31st, 2026. Up next, our very important dog. Would you like to read Miss Stella?
Oh, Stella. Stella is a friendly dog who is about 3 years of age. She is house trained and very sweet. Stella is good with children and quite active, so maybe best around older children. And she's also good with other dogs. Sweet baby girl.
So if you would like to find out more about Miss Stella, please go to our website, planospoliticalpitbull.com, and click on the link Pitbulls for Adoption. That is all, folks, for today. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is Esther.
And this is Ruth, and I'm much warmer now.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're much warmer now. For Plano's Political Pitbull, signing off.